Hey everybody, welcome back to Village. Today we are going to be talking about self-harm. Yeah, this is a pretty heavy topic. It's also referred to sometimes as cutting, non-suicidal self-injury. There's a whole bunch of different terms for it, but basically what it is, it's when somebody purposefully, I can't think of the word right now.
Cuts himself.
Does harm. I'm going to start over. When somebody purposely inflicts. Inflicts. That's the word. Sorry. Okay. Hey everybody, welcome back to Village. Today we're talking about a pretty heavy topic, self-harm. Yeah. It's also referred to as cutting, non-suicidal self-injury. There's lots of terms for it, but basically it's when somebody intentionally inflicts physical harm on themselves in one way or another. Sometimes it can be cutting, burning, sometimes ingesting, too much Tylenol, poisons, things like that. There's pulling out hair, a whole bunch of different things. And hearing about it is pretty distressing. Just, imagining that. But it's something actually that is a rising trend in teens today.
Doesn't that just blow your mind?
Yeah.
It's like, why? I believe you're probably going to tell us some of the reasons why. But it just blows your mind. Like, what would get a girl or a boy, a teen, to that place? Behavior is communication.
Yes.
What are they communicating?
Yeah. And in that moment, and the thing to understand about self-harm is that there is a big distinction between self-harm and attempting to complete suicide. They are different things. And I think a lot of times it can be tough for kids who are struggling with self-harm to come forward and talk about it because they're scared that people are going to overreact in their perception and think that they're trying to kill themselves or something like that, right?
Or why are you doing this?
Exactly. Oh my God, stop it. What's happening? Yeah. Which is an understandable reaction, especially from a parent's point of view. You never want to see your kid get hurt. And to know that they're hurting themselves would be incredibly painful.
Yeah.
We thought this conversation was so important for this reason, for parents to really understand what is it and what is it about and why does it happen. Yeah. And the big thing with self-harm is that it honestly does, as crazy as it sounds, it makes them feel better. Right? And that's what it is. It's a coping skill.
Wow.
When there's something that's so distressing inside of you that you don't have words to express or the tools to deal with, self-harm is a very physical, visceral way of releasing endorphins, of enacting it in some sort of tangible way. Wow. And it does provide relief, momentarily, but relief nonetheless, right? So that's the thing to remember about it, is that this is the purpose that it's serving, is it's providing relief in some way, shape, or form. Now, the other big piece, I think that's impacting a lot of, especially younger girls today, with social media, with peer pressure, is this whole kind of social contagion around it. Right now, it's a thing that girls talk about with a little bit of pride, or almost as if they belong to this exclusive club that I self-harm.
Right.
And there's certainly been stories of girls self-harming and posting pictures of it, and it sort of kind of does this little positive social reinforcement because they get attention for it. And not to say that self-harm is attention-seeking behavior, because that's not always the case. But there is that factor, especially in, when we see it in these situations where suddenly a school is like, oh my gosh, the whole grade 8 class is now self-harming. What is going on?
Right.
Yeah.
Which my sociology brain goes like into overdrive about how that is just so interesting. Like, schools will tell us that be very careful what you say in school assemblies, because we don't want it to trigger a chain reaction of suicide, of self-harm. Because that's what happens.
It does, yeah. And it's, you think about it, these kids, especially when you hit that 12, 13, 14 years old sort of period, your peers become suddenly the most important thing in your world.
Right.
Which is in some ways good. That's what the brain is designed to do. We need to learn how to attach to our peers if we're ever going to leave the nest and move on from home.
So if my friend is doing this.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
and I want to belong, so maybe I need to do it too. And then it can kind of become take on a life of its own, where I started doing this because my friend was doing it, but now it's working for me because it is relieving some of my distress.
So what do parents do? Because I don't know what I would do, to be really honest.
Yeah. And it's scary.
Yeah.
So I would say the first thing to do is take a deep breath and a step back. Right? When you first see it, when you first encounter it, don't have the conversation right away. Take a moment.
Don't react.
Yeah. Which is so hard. It is so difficult. And I get that. But that is really, and that is going to be the key moment into, helping your child work through this, is how you react to it.
Right, yeah.
Right? They need to know that you can handle it.
Right. My mom and dad can handle my big emotion.
Yes.
Right, yes.
Exactly. They can handle my big feelings. They can handle my problems. And if mom has a meltdown, or dad, loses his mind and grounds me for 2 months from ever having my cell phone again, they can't handle it.
No.
So now they're no longer safe people that I can go to talk about this.
Wow. So it is really important.
It is so important that you are in a calm space to have the conversation. Right? And that's the first step, really, is what is going on. Like, I'm so sorry that you're going through this.
Yeah.
What's happening? Tell me. Talk to me about it. Right? And that's the first step. I think a lot of parents, and I've seen it happen, where they go into fix-it mode. We want to control everything. Get rid of all the sharps in the house. Get rid of all these things, like lock it all up. I'm going to be checking your forums every day.
Right.
Stuff like that. And I get it. You want to keep your kids safe. And in some situations, when other measures haven't worked, that may be necessary. But that should never be our first option. Right?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. So the first step is just having the conversation, asking the questions, getting professional help if you need it.
Right. Because clearly there's something deep there.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It's a way to manage distress. And if something is so distressing that they feel the need to do that, then we need to talk about, okay, what coping skills is this child lacking? What kind of distress are they experiencing? What's causing this anxiety or this, whatever it is?
Yeah.
So I think that's the first step, is just having the conversation and being calm and getting support for yourself, because it can be incredibly distressing and alarming to see, for sure.
Well, and instantly the parent thinks, well, this must be my fault. This must be something that I've done, or how did my child end up like this? And I think it's good for parents to know that kids who come from typical, normal, quote unquote, families struggle with a lot of these issues that we're hearing about. And so it's not something that you escape from by perfect parenting or by providing absolutely everything you thought your child needed emotionally. You could have the perfect family, and this could still happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, it's exactly like you said, shifting that blame away from yourself is going to enable you to be more present and to show up in the way that your kid needs you to in a situation like this.
That's really good. Yeah. I guess our job as parents is just to answer the doorbell. I guess what our job as parents is just to remain curious.
Yes.
Keep asking, questions about how can I support you? When our kids are teenagers, they want autonomy and they want to figure out their problems on their own. But they need to know that they can always come to us.
Yeah, exactly. If your child or someone else's child that is struggling with this, we do encourage you to reach out to professionals in your community, to us if you have any questions. Our website has a great list of recommended resources, and just keep asking questions. Let us know if this is something that you're concerned about, and we'd love to hear from you. Thanks.